For those of you that don't know, Beauty and the Beast is my favourite Disney movie of all time. I thought it had great characters, awesome comedy, an unbelievable amount of atmosphere, and to this day it still holds up incredibly well. That being said, I was not excited to see the live action movie, but I was interested in seeing what the CGI characters were going to look like, particularly the Beast himself. Reason being is because the Beast was a nightmare for the studio to create. They had to make him look scary and intimidating, whilst also being able to make him look kind and friendly. So that's why I was really looking forward to seeing how they would accomplish this with modern CGI technology. And after Disney's last movie, The Jungle Book, where they made all the animals look real, I thought there was so much potential to see what they would make the Beast look like. So the latest trailer came out, I watched it, and I was underwhelmed. I mean, is this it? All the talk the producers said they were going to do to make the Beast look special and amazing, and this is all we get. In The Jungle Book, they had to put their budget into creating so much realistic looking animals and environments. In this, they have one CGI character that takes priority over all the others, and he looks boring. He also looks kind of inconsistent. I mean, look at his normal face, and then take a look at whatever this face is he's making. They look different. He also doesn't look intimidating, even with the first few introduction shots of him where he's supposed to look his worst. Instead of looking at him in awe, I look at him thinking, is that it? There's also nothing really beastly about him. In some scenes, he just looks like a normal person who didn't shave for 20 years. In the original, not only did he look like a full-on monster, but even when he was cleaned up, he still looked ugly. That fang, for an example, that is picking his nose. In the new version though, all he needs is a shave, and behind all that hair, he will look more human. Now, I am aware that the movie is not finished yet, or at least I hope it isn't. But still, when we see the main CGI effect in trailers, it is practically the finished product. I'm hoping they still have a lot of work to do with the scenes they showed us in the trailer, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the design of the character and he just doesn't do it for me. He looks very uninspired. So let's quickly talk about the rest of the characters. We'll start with Emma Watson as Belle, as she is also the main character. Now, I have not seen Emma Watson in any of her movies after the Harry Potter series concluded. I saw a couple scenes of her in Noah, but ultimately I left the room when my family was watching the movie as A, I didn't care for it, and B, I didn't care because it was a movie based on a biblical story that was written and directed for the big screen by an atheist. So this will most likely be the first movie I see her in since the final Harry Potter, and as a result, I just can't seem to separate the actress from her character. Whenever I hear her say things like, "Papa?" I can't take it seriously, and instead I find it rather funny. That being said, I will give her a chance in the final movie. These are just my initial impressions after seeing the trailer. Also, once she comes to rescue her dad, his delivery was terrible, and not the least bit frightened. Also, very quickly, the ornaments I think are all fine. They are expressive enough in a realistic sense, and I don't have any complaints from what I've seen. I do think Lumiere needed a bigger and more expressive face though, as it looks too small. As is, the candle in the background of the mask of Zorro looked a lot more convincing. The poor thing hasn't been called in for another acting gig in over 20 years. Alright, Gaston. Now, he is played by Luke Evans, who's a good actor, but none of his performances have blown me away. And from the very little we see of him in this trailer, I think he's doing a good and plausible job, but we'll see for sure when the movie comes out. His size though is a problem. In the cartoon, Gaston was known as being the most built, brave and strongest guy in the village. They even sing a song about it for crying out loud. And when you see him come face to face with the Beast, watching him kick his butt was plausible. In this movie though, there is no competition. The Beast can easily kick his butt even in the depressed state he's meant to be in. I mean, seriously, this doesn't look right. They really needed someone with the physique of Hugh Jackman or something. So yeah, there's an essential ingredient lacking there. Also, I can only assume that this guy over here is LeFou. He's meant to be the comic relief, and this can either be the best or worst part of the movie, so they really need to pay close attention to this. Also, is it just me, or wouldn't the perfect casting have been a younger Jack Black playing the role? Watching him get slapped around by Luke Evans would be comedic gold. I will give the movie some extra credit though. Scene for scene, the characters are all wearing the same clothes they wore in the cartoon. That's some nice attention to detail right there. They even put the same clothes on the Beast with the exception of that brown curtain or tablecloth used to put around his neck. So the costume designers really deserve props for that. Also, this movie does look beautiful. And no, for all of you jokers out there, I am not talking about Emma Watson. The CGI characters, environments and colours look really nice, and even though I didn't like his design, the colour palette used on the Beast does have some really nice moments too. Now, I'm just gonna say that I will not be watching this movie when it comes out in March. The reason is because I will be watching Logan in that month. Also, I would not pay money to see a movie like this in theaters anyway. So that's it for my impressions of the trailer. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Or did you expect it to look better than what we got? Sound off in the comments below with your thoughts. Thanks for watching today's bonus video, guys, and I'll catch all of you later. Take care. Have you noticed that it looks like she's holding a wand in this scene? It's just an observation. Regardless, I have high hopes that director Bill Condon will do a good job on this film. Regardless of what he has previously directed, I think he will do the romance justice. Oh shit.